All right, a couple housekeeping topics, as you did just hear. All meetings are recorded. If you are gonna speak, we do ask you to come to the podium, state your name. You will be given 2 different opportunities for public input. So that being said, we will go ahead and jump right in. We do have a quorum. Everybody is here this evening. And I will call for any other business. I know that there are a couple we needed to add, but does anybody have anything off the top of their head that needs to be added?
Were we gonna add the extension of Connor?
You've got it all, yeah.
Yep, so the 2 that we have that we need to add are the Durham Water Sewer Loan, which is resolution 333.
No, that's
No.
the COVID,
Oh, that's right, 333A, right?
the surplus.
Yeah, the
is
surplus
333A.
333A.
And then the Bono water sewer loan.
And the temporary position
The full-time.
switched to a full-time position through the end of 2025.
Yeah, and then we did have a public comment come in through email, so that just needs to be noted.
Okay. Is that just during public input, all right?
Mhm.
Anything else that needs to be added before we move on? All right, so I'd entertain a motion for approval of the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion, we approve consent agenda.
I'll second
that motion.
All right, moved by Rebecca and seconded by both Kathy and Jamie. Is there any discussions?
Yes. The consent agenda, what I said was, on the PD car, I said that, the cost of what we have into it, not just the badging.
In the minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got that? All right, perfect. Anything else on the agenda that, before I call for the vote? All right, all those in favor? Opposed? All right, motion carries. We'll move into department reports, so we'll start out with City Hall.
So a few things, Tuesdays went well, from what I've seen. Brandon came down beforehand and, swept the streets. So everything was looking good. Eric has been working on the Winlock car. Valentine came down and gave us the thumbs up, so that will be driven over to Ritchie Brothers here in the next day or 2. I believe Eric's finishing up the bike right now, which has been a pain in the butt. Connor is now up to speed on our weekend testing, which was nice because both our public works were out of town this weekend, so he was able to do weekend testing. Jay's been signed up for a tree assessment training through the AWC. They have an arborist come down and actually do walkthroughs and trainings with the employees so they can help identify dead trees and any kind of risk, which is nice because then when we're having people come down to do our trees, we know what we're being told and what we're looking at. I've also signed up for the Visions Conference in October, which will be helpful. Elizabeth took over the chair position for Park Board, and they've been working really hard on the Esther Bordy Walk in the Park. Oh, one thing that needs to be brought up is that there were several people that tripped in front of Donna's on that concrete. So I do have a couple of grants that are like starting to roll through, like TIB and sidewalk grants, but this one isn't included. So we do need to look into getting that repaired because it's an issue. So
Could we is it something we can patch? I know what you're talking about. I'm wondering if we can patch a ramp on it or.
I think it's
Slice
probably
part.
like an inch or 2, so I can have someone come down and kind of give us a quote and have some bids put in, if that's what you guys want to do.
I don't know, I think you tell us.
Yep, that's what I'll do. So that's all I got.
Anybody have any questions for Rachel? All right, so we will go ahead and move on to Public Works. They could not be here tonight. Jay did want to report that they will be out doing hydrant testing this week. So they'll be around town, opening them up, making sure everything's looking okay with those. And again, like Rachel reported, Connor is up to speed on water testing now. Does anybody have anything they would like me to relay or any questions for Public Works? All right, so we will jump into council reports. I have nothing to report tonight. So we will go ahead around Tawny.
Cheese days went off without a hitch. I am happy to report. Thank you very much. And to all those who have done it in the past, thank you very much. But I think, I don't think anything major happened, I don't think anything major happened at all, let alone little things that we took care of as they came up, so. Thank you to everyone who helped pull that off. It was an adventure for sure.
Eric.
Let's see. I guess Rachel stole my thunder there. I
Sorry.
got to spend last Sunday afternoon with the PD car. That went pretty quick. And then yesterday afternoon, me and the bike got into a fight. So that was a lot of fun. I've got to pick a couple pictures of it. I had to pretty much tear it completely down to get the wiring harness because there's a wiring harness from front to back, three of them. And so it won. That's about done. There were a couple bolts missing or that had been changed to make room for putting something on the handlebars that once you take those off, the bolt is now too long. And so I asked Rachel to have Public Works get me a pair of replacements. So once those are in and the battery's in, it'll be done.
And we did get a new battery today. Got it.
Great. Probably just make note while we're here, I did not sign the contract that council approved. So maybe if you're making things up for your paper, you should do a better job.
All right. Rebecca.
I attended South County Chamber of Commerce's ribbon cutting. That was a pretty good turnout. Nice chicken. But other than that, I haven't done anything.
Kathy and Jamie. I got nothing. Okay. All right, so we will go ahead and move on down. So we've got committee reports. Planning Commission is not here. Did you want to speak on behalf of Park Board Reports? Can you come on up and state your name, then everybody will get acquainted.
My name is Elizabeth Buell. I am the new chairperson of Park Board. I have taken on a bunch of stuff. We're gonna see how it works out, but I am really excited for the event that's gonna be coming up, and someone amazing over there made these little leaflets for the last quilt that Esther 40 that made that's gonna be pulled off. There will be no more of those quilts. They'll have to find something else later. But if you guys would like this, they'll take you to the site where you can.
Is this a
Thank
picture
you.
of said quilt?
Yes, it is.
Just confirming. It is beautiful.
We have big plans. Next year it will be even bigger because I will have more lights.
Perfect. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Congratulations.
All right, so we'll go ahead and move on. There is no public hearing this evening, no special presentation. So we'll open it up for any public comment on our agenda items. All right, so with that being said, we will go ahead and jump into new business. First up on our list is going to be ordinance 826, an ordinance of the city of Toledo, Washington, amending Toledo Municipal Code Section 3-1-1 to adopt the statewide business license model threshold for out-of-city businesses, providing for periodic inflationary adjustment, establishing an effective date, and providing for severability. And I would entertain a motion.
I motion we accept ordinance number 826. The business license model threshold.
I'll second.
All right, so it's been moved by Tony and Rebecca, seconded by Rebecca. We'll go ahead and open it up for discussion.
Is 3-1-1 included by reference?
An ordinance?
Or, yeah,
No, I don't think so, and I think, oh wait, it is amended, described in
Mhm.
section 1 shall be codified as part of section 3-1-1.
I'm sorry, yeah, we're in the codification.
I think she was changing that, but it's something that we can,
Yeah, I don't, I think we were trying to include everything possible by reference. Which basically means rather than hard coding the words of this thing that's gonna change every 4 years into our code, we just point at it and say.
yeah, should we just say Title III or? Cause it is Title III, it's gonna remain Title III.
If we have issues with, well, I guess going forward, it'll be.
But this specifies where it's at, Title III.
Right, but during the codification, things are kind of getting thrown around, and I feel like that was one of the things. Should we just say the business license? We can always come back and amend this too, and I can also give them this, so that way while they're working on the legal process side of it, they can,
If it fits, and
Match.
if not,
They
yeah.
can match it
yeah.
if they can.
And maybe advise us how we should be.
They have,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they have, but just making it. They've been actually amazing.
there were a lot of optimizations that they made, and we pretty much said yes to all of them.
Yeah.
Because they were things like, do you wanna put that in there or just refer to it? And if it's a state thing or a city thing or a county thing, then we just pretty much went by reference to it.
Yeah, and a lot of our titles aren't even, they don't even,
Refer anything.
well,
But
yeah.
I know
it's
there's
relevant
a,
now.
so, yeah, there's so much that.
Our
it's-
title still
cleaned
talked
up.
about how when the city hall was doing business licenses, so that's,
So we
A whole
need
lot
to
of
change this
cleanup.
or we don't need to change.
I would leave it, and then if we need to change it later, we'll bring it back.
Part of the barrage of other ones.
Yep.
Yeah. Does anybody else have anything else before I call for the vote? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Next up is resolution number 332A, a resolution of the City Council of Toledo, Washington, declaring 60 binders and 19 bottles of hand sanitizer held by City Hall as surplus and authorizing their donation to local schools or nonprofit organizations that serve children.
I'll make a motion that we accept resolution 332A.
I'll second it.
All right, it has been moved by Rebecca and seconded by Jamie. Is there any discussion on this?
Are all the binders, we just don't use binders and
It's
like no
yeah, it's what's fine,
limited.
That's just a portion of them.
Okay.
Yeah, they used a lot of binders.
So what's the process? Somebody comes in and says, we want to take these.
I'm honestly gonna post it for Toledo residents first. I'll probably do something tomorrow, say, hey, if your kids need binders, come get binders, and that way Toledo residents have it. I think the teachers still ask for hand sanitizer on this teacher list. Kathy can probably. You guys have still been, I know you're not teaching anymore, but the hand
Supplies.
sanitizers on the, there you go, on the supply list. Oh, wow. So they probably weren't asking for hand sanitizer.
No, so in that, also, can I just make a suggestion that we do maybe reach out to the Head Start?
Over here,
To see if they are in need of any of those as well. I know you're gonna post.
those
the
are,
residents.
I don't think those are school age kids though, those are,
Oh, that's true.
yeah, those are like,
Okay.
before, yeah, so.
And
And then anything else, I'll just take
what
it to the
about the
district.
neighbors?
The what?
The neighbors organization?
Yeah, it's all included in the surplus. My first goal is to offer it on Facebook to residents. Hey, if your kids need
Yeah,
binders or hand sanitizer for your, because all the lists are gonna be coming out for supplies. Whatever's left over, we can take it to Neighbors Hall, we can take it to any charity.
any of the nonprofits.
I just want
around
them
here
out of the
do.
office, because I can't keep cleaning back there with stacks of
Yeah,
binders.
and there are a ton of the nonprofits in town
Yeah.
that do school drives to help out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll send them up to the Neighbors Hall if whatever doesn't get sent.
Is there any other discussion before I call for the vote? All right, all those in favor? Opposed? All right, motion carries. Next up is the Historical Society Storage Contract. I would entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we accept the Historical Society source contract.
I second it.
And moved by Eric and seconded by Jamie. Is there any discussion on this? No. All right, then I will go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, perfect. Motion carries. All right, moving on to unfinished business. First up is ordinance 825. This is the second reading. Ordinance 825, an ordinance of the city of Toledo, Washington, establishing a park board, setting meeting times, specifying terms of service for board members, defining powers and duties, and superseding ordinance number 806. I would entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we pass. Ordinance 825.
I'll second that.
It has been moved by Kathy and seconded by Rebecca. Is there any discussion on this one? All right, then I will go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, option carries. Next up is resolution 330A. So that is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Toledo, Washington, establishing a utility connection loan program to assist property owners with municipal water and sewer hookup charges. And I would entertain a motion.
I motion we accept resolution number 330A.
I'll second that.
All right, it's been moved by Jamie and seconded by Eric. I'll go ahead and open it up for discussion.
I'd like to confirm that the changes we made to owner occupied made it in here properly. Yeah, they're good. Okay. And also I'd like to point out that this was created as an ordinance 654 on 9/20 of 2004. It's not something new we're doing, so if you're gonna make stuff up in your paper, do a better job.
And it's not gifting any funds,
Yes.
It's not gifting any funds.
Yeah.
So the way it used to be done was the city was actually giving money to residents for the infrastructure. So if we had someone come in that was outside city limits that wanted to hook up to water and sewer, the city would actually loan physical money so they could pay for the infrastructure. So this is
Not
a little bit,
A
yeah,
lot
this,
simpler.
this is a lot simpler, yeah. And it's,
And no funds going out.
correct.
And
And there's a lien on the house that protects the city as well. That goes with the life of the house.
all right, is there any other discussion before I call for the vote? All right, I will go ahead and call. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can we please have comments quietly, please? All right, so we will go ahead and move into other business. So we will start with, the resolution, is it just 333A?
It's,
Yeah.
no,
No,
it's
we
just a
need, I'm
contract.
starting with 330.
It's just a contract.
Okay,
There's no resolution. That's the,
yeah,
Yeah.
so we can go ahead and start with Durham Water Sewer Loan Contract, and I would entertain a motion.
I'll move that we accept the utility connection loan agreement project term.
I second that.
All right, moved by Rebecca and seconded by Tawny. I'll go ahead and open that up for discussion.
so this was the couple that came in a couple months ago, just to kind of jog everyone's memory that part of their contract was they needed to come in by July, have this loan going by August. So they're just filling the terms of their contract, so.
I just wanted to comment that the interest rate of 4.33. When I went to check out my student loans. 6 something,
Yeah, they doubled them a couple years back.
Yeah, mine were crazy high too. Yeah.
yeah, well. Mine are lower, but if I wanted to refinance them,
It's.
they would hit me with a higher interest rate.
And I'm just curious, the monthly payment is there, and then the 2% of the monthly bills installment, that's added on top of that, 122, or that's included in?
I believe that it's all included in that payment amount,
And it's 2% of the payment to cover staff.
admin.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Any further questions before I call for the vote? All right, all those in favor? Opposed? Well, motion carries. All right, so next up is resolution number 333A, a resolution declaring certain city property as surplus and authorizing its disposal. This is in regards to COVID-19 test kits.
Right, correction, you were reusing 330A,
Yeah.
it should be 331.
This is
330.
333A.
333.
So I would entertain a motion.
I motion we accept resolution 333A.
I second.
All right, so it's been moved by Tawny and seconded by Jamie. Does anybody have any discussion on the COVID-19 kits?
They don't work. Just throw that out there.
All right, then I will go ahead. We'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. The next one up is the Bona Water Sewer Loan application. That's their connection piece.
It's actually just sewer, so that's my fault.
Just sewer? Okay, so the Bona Sewer Loan, and I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve the
Bona,
Bonner sewer. loan.
Bona, yeah.
Bona, sorry.
Bona. Bona sewer loan.
I'll second that.
Moved by Eric and seconded by Rebecca. I will go ahead and open that up for discussion.
So why is it just sewer?
So he lives outside of city limits. He's got a failed septic, and so he's requested to get on our sewer, which he's been in a process of doing for a couple months now. It's all been approved. He's got his right of way. He will eventually do water, but it's not something that he's gonna do at this time. And he is outside city limits, so.
Anybody else have any questions? Then with that, I'll go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Next up is the temporary, switching Connor's temporary position to a full, or Public Works temporary position to a full-time position through the end of 2025.
I'll move that we accept changing our temporary person to full-time through December 2025. Second that.
All right, so it's been moved by Rebecca and seconded by Kathy. Is there any discussion on this?
No, just clarifying that we're extending his contract to the end of December.
Yes, and then when we go into budget, we can discuss whether or not he stays on for the following year.
And I did confirm he knows that he's just extending his temporary.
He does,
employment.
yes.
Sounds like he's been doing a great job. I think that's a good thing.
He has, he's a really, and if you guys ever see him out, have a chat with him. He is an amazing young kid. All right,
We have 5x10 glossy so we can recognize it.
I'd probably get you some. All right, I will go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor? Opposed? Perfect, motion carries. Last thing for other business is there was just a public comment sent in by Kyle Wheeler. So we will go ahead and move down
And
and
we'll put that on the website too. We'll get that brief.
yeah, it'll
Okay,
go
add it
into
on there.
into the packet.
Mhm.
So we'll jump into public input. So we will open that up for anybody, any public input, 3 minutes each, and we'll have you come up to the podium. Somebody? And I'll have you state your name for the record.
Right. So I just wanted to bring up our lack of handicap parking within the city. Over 50% of the citizens within the city limits are over the age of 50. I also doing some research, the lack of handicap spaces in regards to public property. The city is violating federal and state ADA laws. And then I also want to bring up, we only have 2 ADA parking spots. Both of them are over by the boat launch. And unfortunately, the last, I don't know about Winlock, but the last law enforcement entity that Toledo had refused to enforce the ADA laws over there. So I feel like Toledo's kind of not doing anything to welcome in people with disabilities, and we could do a lot better.
Thank you. All right, so we'll go ahead and move on. No executive session this evening. So with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second it.
Moved by Eric and seconded by Tawny. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.